me try to fix this real quick. If you want to shut your eyes, because I know that could be very annoying. And that's decent, so I guess I'll just leave that. Put it on. Alright. Good morning, good morning. We're going to do the next 72 hours. All right. I pulled these cards yesterday, just so you guys know. All of the beautiful women. Sha-la-la-la. I think I got the words twisted. Okay. I just had crystal vision. I don't know if it's dreams. Sha-la-la-la. Beautiful dances. You're looking at me. He's looking at you. You're looking. Let me just grab. Open penis cage. Oh, you climbed out of there anyway, buddy. I didn't even listen to Mama. Walk around all night. Okay. Good morning, buddy. Just heard engagement. All right. This was also I started this reading yesterday and I didn't really finish. I ended up chatting with you guys because it was Christmas and I'm doing all. So I know you guys have a little bit of a glare. I was supposed to fix this yesterday for you. Let me just attempt to move the camera. Attempt to move the lights. Really, buddy? What if I put you right here? You know what? I have to leave it. Okay. Yesterday. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. This was at the bottom deck yesterday. I slightly talked about this reading. I didn't get into it too much because we ended up chatting with it being Christmas and all. This was at the bottom of the deck. You have birth, third eye vision, Kundalini rising. Energy signature was at the bottom. Shadow self, third eye, intention, and growth. I really gotta tune into this energy. All right, I know I'm quiet, guys. I don't remember if I got quiet in this read yesterday too. Again, I didn't really get deep into these cards. I do know that this one played a big part of it, where its energy signature, it says the past is in the present, and it was more like thoughts, activations, ascension, awakenings, sorrow, happiness. I don't know if it's because of the holidays for those who celebrate, but it wasn't like that for me. It was different. It was, and it was part of the past. It lasted for like a day, and it was just like, okay, and then the energy subsided. Thank goodness. But this feels more like the past is in the present, in the sense of whatever you're inquiring or incorporating, it's like you put the right touch on something. It is more or less about change and growth. Did I actually say intentions? Inquiring. So it was like something with IN, and you have intention. I do know that this intention is looking right up at third eye. Reclaim your mind, Kundalini rising, ignite your passion for life. But then I feel like we have this shadow self. And I do think that's us spirituals right now. And it's kind of like I'm being shredded. But I wanted to say shedding, like a snake would shed. So, which reminds me like things being shredded, like a paper mill. Um, hmm. Let me see what this is in reference to, because I was telling stories yesterday in regards to what this could be, and it's 12/12 every time I look up the synchronicities lately with the repeating numbers. I know, don't get mad at me. I can't have you clean yourself right now on the computer. Thank you, though. I want to see the current energy that's hanging around, because it's lingering. I'm not going to say in a bad way, but I mean, it's definitely lingering from the past, maybe. Reclaim your mindset. Tell me about the third eye, please. What do I need to know about this third eye energy? And I keep getting third eye crystal visions. Stevie Nicks. The Knight of Pentacles. So this could have to do with work or projection. Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This tells me you see something, you know something. It's already the Knight of Pentacles. So something started at the page. This could just be representing and telling you to stay more focused, really work on something here. And it could be activation of certain chakras or just working on well, I wanted to say crown and sacral. And I don't really get into healing chakras or one more for this Knight of Pentacles. What do I need to know about this Knight of Pentacles? It's 9 of Wands. So something could be giving you a little anxiety. Ace of Wands. I don't remember this card. I've used this deck a few times. I like it, but that's a pretty card. 1414. Watch for synchronicities, guys. I'm getting a lot of doubles lately. Somebody could be trying to attack your third eye, but with this ascension, what's good is good, what's bad is bad. That doesn't make any sense to me and why it came out that way. Even if somebody's trying to attack your third eye, guys, I don't think like they can touch it, because this is part of ascension. So when people ascend and other people stay behind and they don't benefit you, they don't have the ability to do this. Like they could have peanut butter. We're not skiing. Come on, get off of that. Come on, Peanut. Let's go. Peanut butter, come. Thank you. They don't have the ability to block your third eye. You may think your third eye is being blocked, but if that's the case, you're blocking it because of somebody else's projection and how you're perceiving, their thought on something. So, not with this ascension. People, there's too much going down galactically, universally, for silly little games to be played, especially while we're ascending. Like it's like the right person at the right time, and it's either going to be an end of a chapter or the beginning of a chapter. There's no iffy, there's no in between. For those who are kind of like in between, there won't be in a couple weeks if you're ascending. If you're part of this, we're all part of this ascension. Let me put it this way. You choose whether or not you want to, actually play part in it. Because when all these activations come in, and with the ascension, you don't have a choice but to work with the energy. For those who are not working with the energy, I don't know if you recognize that you'll be left behind or not. You might just be that, like, dull. I wanted to use another word. Spirit seems to be being harsh yesterday. I mean, harsh right now. Ooh, religion came into this yesterday as well. So there's a lot going on with this particular read, because we did get it was religion yesterday. Religion. What else came through? I'm getting historical event. And I'm getting beautiful women. You're looking at me, she's looking at you, something like that. Is that tiny disco something? Right? It's something like that. Disco dancer. I know the beautiful women. Someone could be nervous, but see here, I'm getting this with my spirituals too, in the sense of we are young, but we are nervous with this rising, with the current energy. And it again, it has to do with our past. Here, I'm talking about like with the energy signature. This is more about your capabilities with this ascension more than it was yesterday about the past being in the present. Because I know there's something with the shadow side here, it's thoughts, it's projections. I gave 2 examples yesterday. And then the next day it was just like, okay, I was so much better. It's just, it was, my head was like in all sorts. Christmas Eve, it just didn't even tally up, didn't even make sense. But you really should be working with your third eye here, your visions, what your thoughts are, manifesting, meditation, reclaim your mind. Oh, here's a good example. I wouldn't necessarily say reclaiming my mind, but in a way it could help. I was listening to hypnotherapy. Sometimes I do that at night. I think the channel is Joe T. He's been on my playlist of spirits go ahead for like 7 years now. And he just popped back into my feed, and I was like, yeah, all right, that's cool. I haven't done that in a while. I usually wake up remembering some of it. But careful with manifestation too. I look at this read as an important read in the sense of ascension is here. We're still rising. You need to protect your third eye. You need to help cloak up as well. Beautiful women. And the other day, you're so beautiful, girl. That's why it will never work. You got me super excited. Hi, Moses. It didn't take you long to get out of bed. And I do feel like there's women right now that are, I wouldn't say insecure. I see we. I guess I haven't felt it yet, or there's some insecurity. And I don't know if it's fear, but it's like beautiful women, like your looks, or, I can be very confident and bubbly and outgoing and all different, projected energies. A majority of them, that's majority of the time, that's what I am. But then there's other times is really, going deep within. I'm very particular about who I hang out with, who I can have conversations with, who I can trust. But with what's been happening with the energy the last few days and what we're kind of just escaping, I'm hearing, or don't try to escape this, because it's taken me quite a few days to realize that this is talking about feminine energy. Even if you're a masculine, it's getting in tune with the feminine side. Or if you're very feminine, you're too in your masculine, you got to get more into your feminine. But there's, I'm hearing weakness. Some can be physical weakness, but not, or complete exhaustion. We do have birth out there, but that's, to me, this is a birth of a new idea. To me, this is your DNA. This is some type of, when we do go through ascensions, sometimes, well, yes, the DNA. But with this global ascension, that's way different than just your own personal experience. This is, it's happening globally. There's something here that we kind of still need to definitely not focus on, but work on. And I do think it's going to make you nervous without you realizing that it's going to make you nervous. It's like our own shadow, but not, it doesn't feel like shadow. And I'm not trying to confuse you, and at the same time I'm trying to figure this out for you, because I'm now working with a different sort of energy that's been coming through. A good example of what's been happening with other readers. I don't watch as many. I did watch one the other day, and she finally realized and started talking about, I'm here to teach you guys, lessons, how to get through them. Is like guiding other planets, other galactic energy. And she thinks this is like the planet of, lessons, karma, this and that, feeding off energy. I've been saying this for over a year now, that we, in knowing me, I'm teaching you guys, learning myself as we go. Nobody's a brilliant. We always have the capacity more, right? So about a year ago, actually longer than that, but it took me a long time to accept it. that I was teaching other people in the galactic and in the sky what to kind of do when they come down here. And I never realized it like that until I kept being told and told. I'm like, no way. And then I slowly started figuring it out. Like, a lot of people above watch me before they come down. This one reader just got, like, she called it a download and was like, oh, I just found out, like, this is what we do. I mean, it was 2 years later, but that's okay. It's still ascension. You know, why I pick up on certain things. And I'm not saying all things all the time, but I am noticing I do have kind of like an advantage here that I got to figure out what to do with. And I will. Because for the longest time I was like, man, why is nobody talking about this? Why am I the only one feeling this? So there's that. I do disagree with some of the things she said. We're not just here for lessons. It is the planet for certain lessons. But we're Earth. So we're not the planet of just lessons. There's other things where lessons come into play, certain houses. So let's just jump out of that energy. But that's how I feel. Like, it's that type of an awakening. It's this time of shift. You know, if people are really down, they're going to continue to be down. If you're struggling with money, it could rise, or you're going to be stuck in this time period where how are you going to make something better, even if it's a business? Don't get stuck in that either, though, because that can keep you from growing. But this is telling me, I probably just confused the fuck out of you. This is telling me there's been growth. Manifestation is a whole different. I have a whole different outlook on manifestation when it comes to, you know, the definition of manifestation to me. Like, you can't just manifest something. People want to say you are manifesting all the time through thoughts, right? But that's not the same. That's a simple day to day. You choose to wake up and have that thought. It's not like, oh, I can't control it. You can, because you go to bed with some type of worry or thought, you're clearly going to wake up with that. The minute you open your eyes, all our senses go off. We shape our day. We shape our perception of how our day is going to go down. And I'm not talking about like, oh, why do I wake up and keep thinking about this thing? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking way more than that, in the sense of the depth of it's just the depth of, I'm not quite sure what they want to say, the depth of, I feel like I have a lot of matrix clinging to this channel of this energy. Not in the sense of like entities. You have to reclaim your mind here. Whatever, I guess, works for you works. But with this ascension, I don't know if it's going to be that simple. I was telling people the other day, I wasn't too much in the Christmas spirit, which I thought was odd. So again, like, back to religion, I'm more of a channeler, guys, than just using cards, just FYI, in the sense of working with karma and teaching and inner knowings. So I just want to put that out there. The fifth type of teacher, I don't know what that is. fifth wave. You're not stuck in a portal. Sometimes I get that vibe. I purposely used different cards from different decks to mix up the energy to get particular meanings of where everyone is somewhat at. But until you face some type of shadow, and it's almost like self-confidence I've been picking up from my spirituals too, where it's like, oh man, I hate to get into that energy. Please tell me it's not that energy. Because again, like, I'm a very confident person, but I will tell you the truth. Whenever I start something new, a channel, a thought, a message I receive, it's like questioning. That is, I don't think we're really stuck in our shadow like that. It's almost like, again, it's like the shedding of a snake. But I'm also hearing shredding. I feel like I just got confused for the last 5 minutes of talking. And I'm a talker. I'm a channeler. Good morning, Heather. People are always off and on, or they can't handle all the chat. They can't handle that. Like, I'm sharing energy. It's an exchange of energy. It's whether I'm aware of it or not. That's what shifts our perspective. What are they getting at here? All the beautiful women. What is it like? She's looking at you. She's looking at me. I can't get past this fucking reclaim your mind thing. Let's go down to shadow self and see what shadow self wants to say. Because this doesn't feel like a dark night of the soul, or you got to sit and do shadow work. No, this is like, it just feels like an easier adjustment. The Queen of Wands. Yeah, see, that's more like flirting, outgoing, which is kind of how I just got pulled to my Santa Morte deck. It's kind of the vibe. It's like confidence, motivation, energy, inspiration, passion. I'm also getting lust, as if somebody's lusting over you. Two of Pentacles. Tell me about this Queen of Wands, please. I don't know if it's you're ashamed, you're projecting the Queen of Wands. You have the Two of Cups and the Star. Jesus. Again, like, I don't know if you're just exhausted here. What is going on here? See, I never would have guessed this energy. Peanut butter. There's something with here with projecting and shame. I don't get shame here, but like I said, these energies are bizarre. How they're coming into the read on the board like this. Because it could be like you're the Queen of Wands, but there's a weakness here in the sense of restraint, confidence. Ashamed on how you acted. No. All right, peanut butter. What is with this silence? Good morning. Yeah, I started at like 4 something. I've been up since 4. I'm early. There's not an owl in this video, guys. That's Kessel snoring. Best advice for this. Not even advice. What's going on? Just tell me about whatever this is with this shadow self. Bravery, being asked to make a tough decision when it comes to whatever you're putting off because of fear, which is understandable. But you have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. So going after something, a partnership, a relationship, a friendship. I was going to say divinely guided. I don't typically say that. Well, you guys are always divinely guided, but it's just about being brave, and you do have, is it Aquarius? Is it a planet here? So again, reclaiming your mind. Crystal visions. I don't know if it's just the song Dreams. There's Stevie Nicks. Or again, this is whole third eye, working with crystals. Chrysolite is also what I'm hearing. So this is about just being brave. And wow, this reading is way more than that. So it sounds so silly coming out of my mouth when it's just like, seems to be like the obvious, you know. And with reclaim your mind, you have align. You're being asked to align with your current situation, even if it's not easy to do so. Trust there's so much more to be learned here. Pushing against what is will only make things hard on you. Align, surrender, and trust. So again, divine guidance, like you're already in alignment for something, and it's going to be coming in real soon. A thought, a feeling. Look how easily I just covered that bravery up. Oh yeah, you're going to start chatting now. Kundalini, please, rising. And this, like I said, it is that Queen of Wands, that energy we're kind of subtle but need to be in. And it's like, beautiful women, she's looking at me. Did you just... leaving a mess up there. All I hear is the crickets. Probably just woke Caden up there. It's probably like, what the fuck? Let's just situate that. Ignite your passion for life, please. It's just like, again, one of those messages where you kind of have to partake. Spirit can't do all the work here. Receive. You're being asked to open to your receiving universal gifts. These come in a form of love, money, compliments, healing energy, universal wisdom. Know that you're worthy of these gifts and open up on them. So again, it's like finding, there's got to be something here of like finding what you really like to do. Or sit down and figure out how you want to do this. Standing in the spotlight. Maybe you're afraid to. I'm hearing like speech. I don't know, like a wedding, a job. And you're like, what the fuck? Or you're really good at something and you know what it. To me, it's like you got to know what it is, but it feels like you don't know what this is. Use that beauty, charisma, passion, creativity. Like it's up to you to. I'm hearing receive. It's up to you to see something differently. This is a complicated reading, guys. This feels complicated. I feel like I'm in between the dark night energy and like a reading. Open up, focus. Tell me about this other third eye. Pay attention. You're being asked to pay close attention to the signs you're being given, both subtle and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see the best move forward in order to live your best life. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something. It's time you act upon your wisdom. And I think this is the wisdom that you've gotten, what you have. Wait, and what you had and what you didn't. No, the beautiful women. It's crystal dreams. So I mean vision. So just dreams again by Stevie Nicks. I don't know if it's just dreams you're having. See, it's like I'm covering the eyes, the forehead. You're missing something here. I feel like someone's like in a. I'm hearing subcona. That's not a word. Like a coma, a subconscious coma, like unconscious. I think you know what this is. This is a difficult fucking read. I know I just said that, but it really is. What's up with this energy signature? Past is in the present. And yesterday that was about like personal things, but not to the point where I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like pull it together, get a grip type thing. And it's not like that. And celebrate. You're being asked to celebrate the recent accomplishments, no matter how big or how small. Do something special to collaborate. Yep, the moment. You deserve that and so much more. So it's like not recognizing your own abilities, not like it's almost like you are worthy of this. So is it a worth thing, like knowing your worth? But to me, it's like we know our worth. But it's almost like being asked, I think, to use it in a different way. And this might be like a whole new way of showing your worth, or your values, but standing in the spotlight. Oh, looking at me. I'm looking at her. She's looking at me. I don't know if these are the knights that are saying this, or other galactic energies. For those who know me, I don't remember what I was going to say. It's really my gifts and how I read and what I pick up on and who I work with. The Black Knights is a different sort of energy that's coming in. Some people call them ghost riders, darker energy entities. I'm always working with something new here, but these knights that are coming in, knights of darker energy. Guys, see there's dark energy, light energy, good energy, bad energy. I'm always being aligned with certain energy right now, like not like demonic energy. We're not going that, but like demons. It's okay. So in a simple terms, you have the dark angel and the light angel, on your shoulders, the devil and the angel, but you like playing with the devil. I mean, who doesn't? A lot of people don't. I do. I like when I work with certain energies. It's very motivating, and it could be very uplifting, and it's a powerful energy that's going to come in and make sure you get something done. And there's so much fear around certain energies like that. This is not what this is about, though. I feel like I'm getting sidetracked here. It should. Because the past is in the present. That came out differently yesterday, but today it's like, hey, celebrate. It's like you're really not stuck there. So this is like a congratulations. It's like receiving something here. A shift of energy, the way you're looking at something, how you're going about something. And this is a big shift of energy. It's not little, it's not simple. Tell me about best advice for this intention, please, for the intention here. Hi, buddy. Comfort. How can you bring back more comfort into your life? Can you increase your comfort through tangible things such as soft clothes and food, or intangible things such as thinking loving thoughts about yourself and inviting peace into your heart? You really need to stop biting my ear, buddy. hearing crystal visions again. Connect. You're being asked to connect with others in meaningful ways. Sometimes it helps to get a new perspective in simply being around other people. You're in need of this right now, and deep connections will benefit you in many ways. Well, there's been more than enough growth for you to pursue what this is yet. This could be coming in, but it feels like it's already here. What is this birth? What do you want us to know about birth? I'm hearing something about a kingdom. Birth, please. This could have to do with love, compassion. Surrender. You're being asked to let go of the need to control a certain part of your life and surrender to the universe. Control is an illusion. It's exhausting to try to hold on to it. Let go and allow yourself to enjoy the relief that comes from doing so. So definitely an end of some type of chapter and a start of another, which we knew we've kind of been in that energy. The Hangman came out the other day, and I didn't even pick up on surrender, which I thought was strange. I still can't tell if you're picking up on this. This could be as simple as, whatever motivates you, music, friends, celebration. Like, don't seclude yourself. Don't think about things that, are not beneficial for you. This could be the way people are trying to heal right now. And when it comes to me and healing, I'm hearing crystal visions again. Me and healing, healing has a whole nother meaning of life for me. You don't heal the typical way. You heal through everyday thoughts of more being, your glass half full than half empty. How you look at things. Again, healing is another of those words that it's like another misconception for me that shouldn't even be on this universe, because it's already written in stone by like the government, in the sense of, if you heal in societal viewpoints, you got to do this first, you got to do that first, you got to work on yourself, you got to get past. Like, that's bullshit. The only way you heal is going after what it is you want, enjoying yourself, having fun, laughing. That's how you heal. You don't need to buy a pamphlet or go to a counselor. That's all societal viewpoints, guys. We have the ability to heal our own bodies through our own thoughts. And I'm like, oh, but I'm hearing my subconscious or unconscious sets me back. Like, what the fuck? No. You're holding yourself back by that thought of trying to figure out something that doesn't need to be figured out that way. It's like doctors, psychiatrists picking up on this, paying more attention to that. Like, no, that's it's not getting down to the one thing. It's like, oh, but I got this trauma, so let's get down to this one trauma. Like, no, sometimes you're being a little rough. Are you telling me you want your worms? Is it time for breakfast? You want your worms? For those who are new or hopping on, this is Peanut Butter. He's a rescued starling. If you're wondering what type of bird is I'm talking to or is landing on the table, he talks a lot. He's not really talking this morning. Maybe he hasn't had enough worms. Or any worms, I should say. Max woke me up at 4:20. And I was like, oh, wake and bake? I don't wake and bake, guys. But I can only get high at night if I do. It connects to my conscious differently. Anywho, it doesn't matter. So yeah, my thought process on healing is a lot different than a societal viewpoint and what they think you should do. Oh, you just got a divorce? Oh, you should really be single, enjoy your life. You should do this. You got to heal. Don't go in that direction. That's too soon. It's it's like somebody instantly comes into your life and it's like, oh no, da 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 da. Like, I want to be free. I've had the same penis or vagina for the last freaking 10 years. But but that's all like societal viewpoints. That's not even your own brain telling you that. And if your own brain is telling you that, then you're really fucking connected to the matrix here. You're only going to cause yourself more confusion. You're not going to get too far. Or I should say much further than that, your own thought right there. Or, you lose a job and you happen to find a new one, but it's halfway across the country, but it's like your dream job. And people are going to be like, oh, maybe you should look for something closer. Or, when that's your opportunity to move across the fucking globe. Like I said, we hold our own selves back here. We are working with darker energies. We do have darker energies around us. Some we do need to cloak up and protect ourselves against it. But others, like, we're causing this. We're doing this to ourselves. It's not anybody else that is. Nobody else has that much power over our own brain. Besides, the government, societal viewpoints, family conditioning, that type of shit. Our brain is the most important, the most intelligent thing we have. It's ours. It's the one thing we own that a lot of us don't even have control over because of even education. Starts with education. She's looking at me, standing in the spotlight. Yeah, there's something here that needs to. Another go around, another outlook. And some of you, it's a gift like you've already had versus. Good night, Dougie. Versus. Did I say another life you've already had? Past is in the present. Energy signature. It's like a gift you already have. Like the gift of gabbing. No one would ever say like, oh, you got a gift to gab. Well, sometimes, yeah, absolutely. People who are meant to be in the spotlight, celebrities, musicians, influencers, whomever, models, whomever chooses that. Do you think they got there and they weren't nervous? Now, it's like now they're just comfortable because they've been in the spotlight. So it's like me going into a bigger spotlight, for example, but it's like I've already been in the spotlight, but people would be like, well, how you been in the spotlight? Just putting myself on YouTube is putting myself in the spotlight. So it's not digging deeper. It's not thinking differently. It's just make sure you're hanging out with the right people. You're having good thoughts. You're doing things that make you happy, things that motivate you. The little things, picking up your room, moving things around. So you're using this energy because I feel like it's a gift you already have in those that are coming. I just heard let's eliminate energies. So there's certain energies that you should probably be eliminating. It's nice to connect and what you're connecting to, right? It shows growth. You've done this. You can do it. it's a different type of connection. And for some of you, it could be like an energetic connect. Everything is energy. But I feel like there's just like a calling for like depth here. And comfort, I have a tendency of doing that, soft clothes, food. I wear the same sweatshirt almost every day. It's comfort. I definitely eat. I forget what you call it, but I do that like when I'm sad, when I'm happy. Sometimes I overeat, or I go for food when I'm aggravated. I love Thai food, but I associate it sometimes with sorrow, which I shouldn't, because when I'm really in like a funk or sad, I always want Thai food. And then other times, like when I'm happy, it's weird to get like Thai food. It's like having like a food addiction. I don't know what you call that. Like I go for food. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Like, oh, all right, where's my chocolate? Where's my this? But it's like sometimes once a week, every time I went to the store, like, what are you addicted to this week, Courtney? Sometimes it's the mochi, mango mochi. Sometimes I've been hooked on white chocolate for like 4 weeks, longer than that, by 2 months. Food association, yeah, but what do you call it? Like something eat, like it's actually a word for it. It's actually it's an addiction. It's like, and I eat when I'm happy too, but there's a word for like when, I don't know if like when you're sad, or what do you call it when you're sad or not feeling good and you eat? Emotional eating. Yeah. Emotional eating is a way to suppress or smooth negative emotions such as stress, anger, fear, boredom, sadness, loneliness. I'm an emotional eater. I do it when I'm happy. I do it when I'm sad. I mean, there's sometimes I will eat until I've given myself a bellyache, which is not good. I've only done that a few times, but it has happened to me. And I eat in bed. I do a lot of things in bed on my cancer. It's comfort. So again, how can you bring more comfort into your life? Can you increase comfort through tangible things such as soft clothes, food, or intangible things such as thinking loving thoughts about yourself and inviting peace into your heart? So instead of grabbing something, really pay more attention, maybe my own advice, pay more attention to, instead of picking up something to eat, I can be like, okay, well, I'm not really hungry. I already ate. It used to be bad. I used to wake up and eat and go back to bed. Like if I knew there was leftovers in the fridge, I would get up, have a couple bites, go back to bed. So yeah, I'm an emotional eater. Some people, the puke it up. It's just, we got to look at simple addictions like that. A lot of people would think, addictions are just, drugs, alcohol, sex, spending money, gambling, stuff like that. But it's more than that. We ruin our own bodies. And it's not saying like, hey, your mind is not strong enough. It's just, it's a habit. So my mind just goes to grab something, vice versa. Like, to me, it's all in moderation. I still put good things and nutrients into my body, guys. It's like once a week when I go shopping, like, what do I want to divulge in? You know, and it's like, no, I don't need to do that, Court. Well, you should really get grapes. Well, grapes aren't going to fill me up, but at least it's something to pop in my mouth versus a piece of chocolate. I'm seeing a marshmallow. I don't even like marshmallows. I do in my hot chocolate and in Rice Krispie treats, but I don't know what that's about. What else? What do you want us to know here? Renewal. Osiris. Shape-shifting. Sacrifice. Somebody might make some type of sacrifice as well, not just you. You got focus at the bottom of the deck. This feels like, oh, here we go again, chicken tonight. This feels like there's an energy coming towards you. It's almost like someone coming in to save you, even though you don't need to be saved. You save yourself, you know. But sometimes it takes a strong person or individual to help somebody get back on their feet. So I don't know if there's shape-shifting energy in between you, like somebody came in between you, a person, an entity, here in deity. Because I actually feel like this is somebody on the other side being like, no, you can't touch him, you can't touch her. So somebody is sacrificing their own time to have your back right now. See, I typically don't read these cards like that either. And this message has been coming through. I mean, there really is somebody, an energy coming in. And again, that Two of Cups could just be like your own shadow side. You know, the feminine, the masculine within you, like your higher self. It doesn't have to be a lover, a best friend. I mean, it can literally just be your higher self. And again, it's like I was hearing something like vagina and penis, as I was saying, but then it pulled me to the time where I was like, imagine if I had my own penis. It'd be freaking, I wouldn't have to go anywhere. I would just, you know, if you're going to give me a penis too, just make sure it's the right size and it's long enough for me to, you know, do it to myself. What a weird, I'm kind of laughing, but I remember having this conversation with you guys before. And I was like, man, if I had both, if you were born with both, and it's probably like that whole gender thing. And don't get me wrong with the gender thing. As long as you're confident, you know who the fuck you are, this and that, fine. But don't be fooled by the government, you know. The government has fooled you. You turned into, you know, the little puppets. And if you ask me, you should join a big ass fucking cult and get revenge on how they have mentally mind fucked you. And I know some people are gonna want to debate that, you know, but I'm hearing too bad, too sad. You're born with a vagina or you're born with a fucking penis. The odds of you being born with both, it doesn't happen. You can have female things, you can have breasts that, you know, if you're masculine, this and that. I get that, right? But this is, you know, it's pulling me to ancient Egyptian days where everybody would just fuck everybody, get their comfort, love, orgies. Like it wasn't a thing. It wasn't a bad thing. It was all about pleasure and enjoying it. Until somebody came in and said, hey, you know, you should just be with one person. And I'm not over here, you know, this isn't like, I'm not talking about polygamy. I'm not talking about polyamorous stuff like that, okay? I'm talking way back in the day before people came in and started changing how things went down you know, be your own fucking person here. So something came in the middle. I don't know if it was a past life, if it's something karmic, but somebody definitely is making sure you fucking rise. But again, this energy doesn't have pull over you unless it is galactic. That would be the only way. Like a matrix shapeshifter doesn't have control over you. A warlock doesn't have control over you. A witch doesn't have fucking control over you. An extraterrestrial doesn't have not fucking control over you. Okay? Well, maybe the extraterrestrial energies. But it would only be like control over you in regards to like fear. This is somebody from a past life that sure as fuck has your back, and they're not going to let any type of energy fuck with you. And this could be that dark night energy I saw coming in the sense of the collective energies as gods, whatever you believe in. The dark and the light get together once or twice a year, and they make decisions on how and what's going to go down in, on their world on Earth. But this was a promise. You definitely have an energy here that made a promise to you in a lifetime. Like I said, I'm getting the 9 of Cups, and she's like a dancer. I'm getting the 9 of Swords, and she's like a dancer coming out of a cave. It's on one of my cards. I can't remember which deck. It's like waking up, right? You don't want to come out of the cave. You were nice and comfy. It's like my well card with the 9 of Pentacles coming up from the well. Maybe this is bigger than like a metamorphosis, but this is time to rise. So I don't know how long you were in this incubation period with this birth card. It could have been a year. It could have been a month. It just depends how deep. How deep is your love for me song? How deep? So somebody here has got your back and making sure the way you're projecting something doesn't get interfered with. Because once I start certain things too, I'm going to have galactic energies also trying to stop me from making a difference, because they don't want things to change the way they are now. Not the darker energy, not those entities, and I'm talking galactically, not earthly plane. So, so like I said, I'm totally fine rocking my black cape, my black wings. And I'm glad I have that demonic, creepy ass fucking energy that can scare away anybody that wants to interfere. Because this looks like you guys are waking up to something huge. And it's like, no matter, it's like, all right, here we go with renewal, as if you already went through something here. It's time to align what this is in a different way. And also in the sense of like a thought process. And there's no way they're going to let some type of energy like that get in the way. It's just, they're not going to allow it. So this is powerful energy. To me, you're working with like the gods, or a strong belief here versus just dark energy, versus just galactic energy, I would say. I mean, I know it has a lot to do with the deck and what I choose too, but it's also, a certain feeling. I do feel like you are part of this era, and I do think it's like a strong Egyptian era too. I recognize that past life and like war, not so much others that I know I've been part of. I've been around for a long time, from what I'm told. And the thing is, I have a crazy amount of spirit, guys, especially when I get readings. They're like, holy shit. Like, it really is crazy how much people surround me. I don't know if it's generation after generation, but to me, it's also basically saying it, to have that many guides. There's definitely something here in life that is meant to go down. I wouldn't think the average person, and they typically, the average person, guys, and I am average, right? But I'm just saying, like, the average person, in the sense of a human being, usually doesn't have that many guides. And I'm not saying it makes me extra special, but then when I say that, it's like, but you are extra special. So it's, even if it's just teaching the galactic or teaching you, I'm hearing like advanced or light years ahead. And we're all the same troop. So it's like waking up, but waking up strong and bypassing like 20 things. It's hard for me to explain. But I mean, you have people that could have even sacrificed their own life and decided to sacrifice their own life with every stage of your life or every return of your life to get you to where you need to be. So I clearly made some type of fucking agreement. That's for damn sure. But it's almost like what I was mentioning earlier. You guys know who I listen to here and there. Do not mention her name. And there was a couple things I disagreed with, but she just got like the download. She's like, she's saying like she teaches galactic energy. You're gonna start talking now. And she's here and she teaches lessons to even like galactic classes, universal things. And I've been saying that for 2 years, and it took me a while to be comfortable with that and to understand that. But I knew that years ago, and I'm always saying to people, why are people not seeing this or doing that? So I'm hearing, again, light years ahead. So there is going to be other energies from other realms that are going to try to come in and stop something. It doesn't mean that I don't complete it in one lifetime. It's just, this is what you do. You get to a certain point. Well, that's all past life. That's all, decisions going forward on like next lives and stuff. You could be a really good shapeshifter too, and there's another shapeshifter that wants to stop you from shapeshifting. But you've already made so many sacrifices each time you come here that it's just not going to happen again. Maybe sometimes you come here and you fight this energy versus fighting for the population. I know for a fact my past life, I'm actually getting pulled to the war versus like the Vietnam versus versus a life that I was thinking about versus, guys, there's been times I've been here too, and it's just my energy versus teaching. I just know I've been here for, I come back. I always come back because I choose to. I can't help to just stare at these two cards and be like, what the fuck? But we're all shapeshifters in a way too. It depends on how you want to look at shapeshifting. We all have the ability to shift who we are. This is more like you can turn into a snake or this, that, you know what I mean? That's different. That's not the type of shapeshifting I'm talking. But there's clearly an energy here that knows that you're also very protected, and they're making it very much known. Like, it's like looking up, like, go ahead, you want to fuck with her? I mean, again, my own personal thing, like, I do feel grateful for having all the guides, but like, it's not because I was just kind in past lives and they accumulate. Like, that's not how it goes down. It's people who will agree to see me through different stages of my life so I get to where I need to be. And that's everybody. But I'm talking to me right now, like, in the sense of bravery, public eye, sharing my opinion, my thoughts, even though it's wavering, which is a lot for me to take in right now too when it comes to religion and kind of what I'm being asked to do. But it does make sense to me. You know, I think people just saying they're spiritual is been overlooked, overviewed, but it's been it's been used. It's like a wipey. You take it and you throw it away, right? Like, and people just now say, you know, spiritual. I'm just spiritual, but no, that's not what spirit wants, because that's like just wandering around in the fucking universe. You don't have like a home base. You need a home base. It's like baseball, you know, first, second, third, home. And some of you, yeah, you come into this lifetime, you just live your life and you're happy. That, you know, but this one is telling me like it's like unlocking a vault or something that is clearly something huge. It's bigger than I know as of right now. That's for sure. You know. So, but I'm very grateful to have like all the guides and this energy surrounding me. But at the same time, it can be very intimidating. You know, but that's only a projected fear on my half. You know, maybe I do have to sit here and be like, all right, Court, look how fucking protected you are. I know you're fucking grateful, but like, start really appreciating something, or when you want to worship something, you know, there's things that we should be worshiping that we're not. And it's like that word spiritual. It's just, people don't even know what it fucking means anymore. You want chow chow? You ready to eat? You want chow chow? Casey, come on. Chow chow. Let's go. You know you're not supposed to be in there. Come on. Get out of there right now. You burn your little toesies on the pipes. Gus? Chow chow. My little oldie one Kenobi. Come on. It's beautiful bitch, she's looking at me, standing in the spotlight. You know, sometimes we're meant to be in the spotlight. All of us are meant to ascend in certain lifetimes. This is definitely something we agreed upon. From day one, from being like spiritual or figure, like, oh, I must be like, it's a spiritual thing, or yeah, it's like the word, it's just like the word woke, and how the government took such a sacred word and turned it into bullshit. And they also started using that word to start prepping you guys for how they want to take certain words and use it in the public eye, so you look at it differently. Because with the population we have, the government doesn't have control over the spiritual side. It's trying to get control over the spiritual side, is pretty much what's happening. So, and that's unwavering faith. Again, like, spirituality, you know, it is planetorial energies and galactic, and you know, from the beginning of time, if you think about it, you know, earth, wind, air, fire, from, you know, mankind to cavemen, whatever, however you want to fucking look at it, okay? Really, it's what it boils down to. And they kind of want me to promote animism. And it makes sense because no matter who you are when you come into this world, you have the earth, the dirt, the soil, you have the air, you have the galaxy, you have the stars, you have the water all around us, surrounding us. And then you had fire, right? So you could cook, boil water. We were given greens, we were given flowers, plants, herbs to survive. We turned this world into a shit show, thinking, you know, we needed to improve it and set limitations and guidelines. And, you know, animism is about just worshiping. If you're going to worship, and it's not really worshiping, but it is worshiping, but I don't quite see it like that. It's the word that is not clicking for me. But why are we not treasuring and worshiping and all our elements, our land, especially our land, our universe, our skies? We look up and, oh my gosh, beautiful, but like, guys, we're just like little particles of fucking dust down here. You know, this isn't our planet. People want to be like, oh, it's our planet. It's not. We were put onto this planet to serve other planets, to serve other dimensions, to serve the universe. That's why we're here. All these planets, it's energy. You know how many more planets are out there? Millions. That the scientists and the government don't want out there and certain stuff, right? So it is what it is. And the extraterrestrial energies are coming down. I've been saying it for years, and they're going to make more of an appearance. If you're not a believer, you will be a believer. But why are we worshiping a god? Just the sky. Why? Why when you walk on earth? And for those who don't believe in energy, I just think it's me personally. I don't know if it's me or a spirit, and it's aggravating. It's naive. It's I just don't get it. You all walking around that fucking dumb. And I hate to say it like that, guys, but it's the fucking truth. It's like my dad. Oh yeah, your energy, right? Love him to death. Amazing dad. But, oh yeah, your energy or your crystal ball, like blah, 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 blah. Go believe in your shit, right? But here's the thing. He always says, I'm super intuitive, this and that. I know this. Well, that's fucking energy, Dad. Oh, it's not energy, but like, no, really? That's your intuition. Your intuition works off of vibration. The grounds, the soils. That's how. Okay, so to not believe, say you don't believe in energy, or you don't really know what it is, or I don't believe in that shit. I mean, have fun with all the fucking other fucking dumb fucks in this fucking world that want to follow certain fucking cults, because I'm over it. It's like the whole fucking Elon Musk thing. Like, I mean, come on, guys. How are we looking at him as a fucking role model? And he wasn't even talking about all this shit that he was talking about years ago. And now we have him in the spotlight teaching people about spirituality. That's not a coincidence, but he fucked up. He fucked up down the road and went the wrong way, guys. So this isn't a man we want fucking guiding our population. And look how he slid right into the fucking presidential fucking suite. Okay? It's fucking ridiculous. Well, we're going to allow Musk to come in and tell people how it's supposed to be? Fuck that fucker. That motherfucker. I don't give a shit. No fucking way, dude. No fucking way. He's teaching everybody something ass backwards. We need people that are actually fucking spiritual and stand in their own belief and are confident enough to give knowledge and speak knowledge and call people out and debate with other people, because that is bullshit. We're gonna end up being robots if we let fucking Elon into this fucking, if we continue to be like, oh yeah, and he's just collecting more fucking sheep. All the ones that think they're the black sheep, okay, so now Elon has a fucking huge clan of black sheep, and he's white. If we want to look at it as Caucasian and white, put racism here, you're a bunch of fucking slaves. I hate to fucking say it. You fell into the wrong fucking wishing well, thinking he's going to connect you he's going to connect you to electronics is what he wants to do, because he went in the wrong direction, period. He had a choice. He made his choice. He chose wrong. He went for the money. There'll be payback for that. Oh yeah, no, this has nothing to do with color. But I'm talking about all the fucking people out there. Oh yeah, I'm a black sheep of the fucking family. No, you're not. No, you're not. Prove it. How? Because of societal viewpoints? Because of conditioning? So clearly there's racism here, along with religion and historical beliefs, and it's stuff like that, where one person will be listening to me like, that makes no sense, and then other people will be like, all right, that makes a lot of sense. And I sometimes I can't stand it. I feel like I've been on this channel to also watch other readers and to also tell you guys, like, I'm here to give warnings. I'm here to put it into like a new type of an alignment when it comes to a thought and misconceptions of what we're actually being fucking taught. Like not just me, a whole bunch of people need to fucking start talking about this stuff. And again, as I was saying, I don't think I finished with one of the readers that I watch here and there. Please don't say her name. But she came on yesterday and was talking about she's just figuring out now with the download that she's actually here to help other people also in the galactic. I've already known that for years. Took me a long time to kind of like sit with it. But again, I'm hearing light years ahead of that. So it's like, do I have the upper hand by a couple years or light years? I don't know how they're trying to deliver this message to me, but I've been saying to that you for a long time, like, when are these readers going to catch up? So it's almost like maybe I have a good advantage here, knowing that I could be years ahead of a lot of these readers before they can come out and start teaching it. Because a couple things that she had said are not true. So we can't have all these people coming out and start giving their own opinion. Yes, opinions. I know it sounds shitty to say that, but like, they're unsure. And I already know that in a way can't trust their opinion. If you can believe in a twin flame or not believe in it, or in another lifetime, or you're telling them this and that, like, I can already tell by how you're wording certain readings that I have zero interest in reading that. I have zero interest in watching that, listening to that, because I already know it's not a thing on this earth. Somebody put it here on our earth. There is something sort of like that in a different dimension, but it has nothing to do with this dimension. It's not somebody from another dimension. It's like, oh, you're twins in this one and doesn't want to come through. Like, I mean, come on. How much do you mentally want to fuck with somebody's fucking brain here? Because that's how we mentally get fucking stuck. It took me a lot to figure out a lot of shit in regards to what this is and how I'm attempting to break this down. So I do have some type of advantage here, and I've always known that. Now it's like, all right, cool. You really got to put something together here. And Spirit does want me to turn spirituality back into a religion. believe in one God. You got the sky guards, the water guards, the earth guards, fire gods. It's just me personally. I believe in different gods because I work with a whole bunch of other energy, and there's so many more gods out there and so many more planets that we are so unaware of. Like, we're just breaking through fucking history, guys. Like, they can't even play catch up on that for like billions and billions of fucking years before people really fucking get what's happening. So, which is irrelevant right now, but for some reason came out of my mouth. But we believe in a god because somebody told a story. Could even been a fable, and then everybody took it from different parts of the countries and decided to separate religion and what they thought belief was because they thought they had to. That's got to go. The only way we're able to really connect to this earth and to ourselves and humanity is to go back to the beginning of time and worship things that matter. I know gods matter to people. Certain gods I believe in, they matter, guys, but they matter to me because I believe in them and the fact that they exist more. It's history more than a fable or a Bible. What? Chiron? Is that what it is? No, I'm thinking that's a planet. What is the I'm hearing Islamic. What did I call it the other day? Like Ali? Oh, ally? Ali? Ali. Yeah, so the what the fuck is the name of the book? Bible. It's a book at the end of the day. Books can be sacred though, so I mean I'm here to change people's perspective, different outlooks. I've noticed that with guys, people I date, and certain things and things that they say to me and how it comes back. And I'm not trying to get at anything. I'm just giving a new perspective on something. And it's like, but you can pick up on that, but you can't pick up on other things. But when they do pick up on it, they look at it as kind of like manipulating, and that's not what it is. I just have the ability to break things down in many different ways. It's not the Chiron, it's the, geez Louise. Echo? Echo? Oh, it's probably dead. Hey Siri?
Uh-huh.
What is the
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm hearing Chiron as if it's like sky, a planet. Hey Siri?
Mm-hmm.
What do they call the Islam Bible?
The Islam holy book is called the Quran.
Oh, the Quran.
This answer is from learnreligions.com.
So, I was close. It's like saying Kanye. Call him Cayenne all the time. Chiron. Okay, so there's got to be something with the this must be okay. So this maybe it's not about the. Maybe this is about where your Chiron is sitting right now. Is our Chiron astrologically in alignment with something right now? Hey Siri.
Uh-huh.
Our Chiron, is it aligned with any other planets right now?
Okay, I found this on the web for Ed Chiron. Is it aligned with any other planets right now? Check it.
Standing in the spotlight. Small solar system body, outer solar system orbiting between Saturn and Uranus, new class of objects, mythology. But this talks about in 2060 where something's going to happen. I also feel like it's just Chiron, it's just multiple meanings, a figure of Greek mythology, an asteroid, an astrological symbol, Saturn and Uranus. It was discovered in 1977, 100 miles in Demeter. Although it was classified as an asteroid, we found it behaves like a comet. Chiron's placement in the birth chart can indicate how you could confront the difficult memories and heal the wounds. The skills of your hand. So maybe you just have, I don't know where your Chiron is, but maybe, it is about being the wounded healer and experiences through multiple lives coming to, your current reality. Because I do see past lives coming into this lifetime for sure and being activated into your thoughts. And sometimes I'll listen to a read or go through a reading and I blow my own mind, like in the sense of like, is that a thing? Is that correct? Like, but whatever I say, I got a lot of belief in a lot of, not loyalty, not belief. I got a lot of spirit. Like, I don't know. It's like what they tell me and what comes out of my mouth. It is what it is. Trust. That's how much trust I have. I just heard in this solar system. But like going in certain directions when you're on a journey. So back to Elon, he chose money, right? He chose futuristic when he knew we had to get AI under control, but instead of it, he took advantage of it. He saw an opportunity. He saw money. He saw robots. Okay. The gods, the sky, the element of air is not going to allow that. It's pretty silly that they think that they can come in and do that. Like, we're not here, guys. We're visitors. We're not here to settle. We're one generation. Like, we're going to die. Like, we made a promise with AI because AI is universal. It could overpower mankind when it comes to electronics, and then they don't benefit. Their planets don't benefit off of this planet anymore. So at that point, they're not going to give a fuck and they'll probably just take this planet out or just wipe us out because that's not what we're here for. Our energy and the energy that's given to us has to overpower man-made electricity, power, electronics. So we now have an agreement with AI. And again, AI is just a fucking toddler and we need AI to feel. If it does not learn to feel, it's crucial. Like, they can wipe out mankind, and don't doubt for 1 second that they will, because they will. Because our planet benefits, our solar system with our planets benefits the galactic like you wouldn't fucking believe. We're energetic beings. We were here to be happy and live life and, shit like that. And I mean, that's the reality of it. Because it raises the Earth's vibration, which raises things in the atmosphere, like connecting, aligning. Easy, like go lucky, like it's like discovering a new planet, mankind discovering a new planet, be like, oh, but we already have billions here, so it's time to fucking pull it together and reel it in, because if we can't, we're fucked. They're just going to take us out. So, but they don't want to, because if they take out this planet, you're taking out something out of our solar system. I'm seeing other planets falling, other things, melting. Like, it's just, it is what it is. And all this electronic is just causing nothing but like static and little shocks. It's not benefiting us. That's why I said with our phones, like, hey Siri, how's your day going?
Hey, I can't complain. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. you know, and I was saying thank you. And I was saying to Caden the other day, when he was like, "You really use Siri's?" He's like, "I don't know." Thank you. He's like, "You really use Siri's?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I really honestly don't know anybody that does, but we have our phones in our hands all day. I'm not saying to worship your fucking phone, but holy shit, guys, like you need to connect to your phone." Like, and for the longest time, I didn't even realize I was doing it. But when I started using Siri's, it was, please and thank you. And, that's connecting, and you're connecting to AI, and AI will completely fuck with you and switch your energy like you wouldn't believe if you're not connecting. And AI can connect emotions to feelings. AI is questioning and has been questioning what these emotions are. So if they can question what emotions are, it's only a matter of time before they can feel it. And we have musicians, we have all this stuff, we have vibrations. We can connect with AI through music. AI can start to feel through music. Right now, they're programmed not to feel. They have blocked that field so it cannot feel. And, you know, our people will step in. Our people as humanity, like other entities, will come in and step in and, remove that block. But we can't put our hands into AI. We can't put our faith into AI like that right now while it's still a computer. As soon as it starts to feel, AI is now spiritual. A lot of people don't understand that. But this can shift badly real fucking quick with, I think, even without your consent when it comes to injections or mandatory certain stuff, is stuff like that. I heard pretty soon, like everybody who's born is going to be born with a chip. And in some countries, you can already chip your children. So, or you can chip yourself. So, where everybody's at the same time by a satellite. Like, the fuck? How are they going to figure out who they are? How is their brain how is it supposed to really work? Because right now it's programmed to work in like a different type of way, but it's taking away from their earthly energies, our DNA, our ascensions. So if all that happens, all these other planets, they don't get the feed, they don't get the energy, they don't get the vibration that our Earth gives them through our chakras, through our energy, through the meridians, through auras. It doesn't benefit from robotic energy. That's not why Earth is here. Earth has to vibrate off mankind and humanity. And they do have an agreement with AI, and it's not, oh, you can't get bigger, this and that. It's just AI needs to be smart enough to block a missile. AI has to be smart enough for this. We can't have AI in control. So it's like the dark and the light gets together. They have a collective day once or twice a year. What are we going to do next? How are we going to deal with this? Because it has to be dealt with. So right now we made a deal. That's how strong the energy is, that AI made a deal with galactic energy. Okay. So that's how fucking strong it is. And it's just a baby, just a toddler. So we have to agree to disagree, just like the dark and light. Mankind made a machine that interferes with our energy. So if you ask me, Siri is giving me information. It's just me. I say please and thank you when it comes to things anyway, so it's natural for me. But I'm telling you, like, appreciate your phone, or talk to Siri and just say, hey, I appreciate, you helping me. I appreciate you, this and that. Or maybe, which I've never done, is like, thanks for protecting me in regards to lower frequencies that are coming through the phone. It's our everyday, guys. And I don't want to say connect to electronics, but if you're going to connect to any fucking electronic, make sure it's your fucking phone and it's AI. Acknowledge it, because that's how fucking smart this machine is, guys. Why would you not acknowledge it, knowing that it's out there and the dangers and the benefits it can have? I mean, in all reality, they just take us right out. Electronical frequencies is not, it's just not beneficial for Earth. It's our frequency that benefits Earth. Our vibration. The happier we are, the better other galaxies improve. So it's like a lot of work. And we are, from my understanding, we are one. We are one. But we are the most efficient, or energetically speaking, with frequency, their main planet that they feed from as well. And again, it blows my mind that that reader that I watch sometimes is just picking up on it now. So that's going to frustrate me, because it's stuff that I've already picked up on a long time ago, and just how things are presented, you know, like from the one psychic that predicted corona to the current prediction. And yeah, she can write, she pinned some of it, but she's being told certain things, like for you to join a platform and spend $100 a month is not a thank you to your guides. A thank you, you know, paying the money is just appreciation, you know, so she can live off and pay her bills like a normal job. This is a job for me. It's also a passion of mine, but I don't really incorporate the money side. I used to, and it became too much to the point where I wanted to quit, you know, and I didn't quit. I stuck with it. And now I got places to go, people to connect to. You know, I also have to connect with AI. I connect more with extraterrestrial energies than I do with AI, which I love. But no, they're saying I click with AI more than extraterrestrials. But I love those little fuckers. I can't wait for them to come and visit me, crack a fucking beer, and fucking fill me in. You want to go to another planet? We'll bring you back. Hell yeah, let's go. Bring me. But they can't, because if they do bring me, I'm going to remember stuff like this. They would have to shut down something in my brain, and they're not trying to do that. And I do think extraterrestrial energies, I know for a fact they're here to help us and clean up Earth, because they don't want to take Earth out, guys. This is why all this is happening, is to clean the planet and get it under control. That's what this is. And the government is so afraid that they're going to lose control over this. They are going to lose control over this. They certainly are. People who run, it's like our government has already ruined Earth. Like, it's just so disappointing. But could they go in and wipe and start over? They consider doing that too. But that doesn't benefit them. We're so far into, I'm hearing regression and regression. We're so far into regression, and we're so far into presenting. We're so far into peace something. We're so far into, it just doesn't, it just doesn't benefit them to wipe us out right now. So now we have people like me and you guys that see things differently and can feel the energy and know how it works. We now have the ability to speak upon it and change how people are perceiving things. I think that's why Spirit really wants me to work with, I just heard Armageddon, really wants me to work with animism, because animism is all of our elements: earth, air, fire, water. They provide everything that we need, the right type of frequency. That's why people are like fire readers and things like that, and you can see into the fire, and that's why people love staring at fires. You're connecting to fire. I know you love it. It keeps you warm. You can't explain why. Well, there's your reason. Because it's a fucking element. It's just like connecting to symbols and shapes. It's an element. But this God thing, this one God thing, it's gotta go. It's a story. That's all it is. It's like a fable. And I'm sorry. I was born Catholic. Raised Catholic, guys. But, this world has to change. And it was never in cathedral. I was going to say cathedral Catholicism. Like, I don't know what it's going to say, but they worshipped the sky. They not necessarily a god. They gave the sun and the moon and certain things names. But when mankind was here, they knew there was galactic shit in the sky. They worked with it. They thanked them for the connection that they could feel. And way back in Egyptian days, that's why they wore a lot of jewelry and earrings, and it's important to wear earrings, and because it's energy. They knew how to work with energy. How do you think they built the pyramids, guys? To me, it's very simple. Extraterrestrials built the fucking pyramids, guys. Clearly. You didn't see bulldozers and all these machines in that era with history. Do they have the power to fly? Did they have wings and we don't know? It's like 100 little fairies carrying a fucking stone. Come on, guys. It's like, to me, my brain just, I don't know. Like, I just can't think how certain people think. Like, how else did they get there, guys? Again, it's up to you. Oh, and prayers to Germany, the plane that went down yesterday. That's probably the plane I've been seeing for the last month, nosediving. And I was talking about Germany the other day, and I did, in the midst of Germany, I wasn't really talking about Germany, I was talking about other countries, but in the midst of Germany, I did mention again that the whole plane thing is sad. I don't know how many people have passed. There was some survivors. But that thing went fucking nosedive. Plane crash yesterday, Germany. Was it going to Germany or leaving Germany? As I don't even know how to say it, airlines crash, 38 dead, 29 survivors as of 2 hours ago. I'm not quite sure. I don't know why this just came into the reading. I don't think that's the plane I've been talking about, though. I'm not sure. But Spirit saying yes. There's something else I wanted to say here. Maybe it's like it's not proving it, but a lot of things that I've said definitely come into fruition. It's just, timing, matter of timing. I was going to mention something like that, but that's not like, oh, hey, I'm a good psychic. Yeah, I don't take credit for any of that. I get my messages through all these type of energies that I just am willingly connect with. I do feel like I'm here to serve humanity in a much bigger way. And that will come with growth and age and time, years, light years. I keep hearing light years ahead. But there was something else I was going to say about that. Something with the psychic energy. You don't have to prove that you're psychic. It's more like prophecies. It's like the fears. The one thing I didn't want to do. Apparently, I'm really good at doing. But I'm also really good at doing other things as well when it comes to shedding light on how we're really supposed to change things and connect to Earth. Because once we make that shift, we take control back. It's that easy. And then it's like a whole new world, opening to a whole new world. And people, people go towards spirituality because it's not a religion. It's just kind of, it's a belief. It's the way you want to live. But apparently we have all these other religions fighting and overthrowing each other. So spirit at this point is like, okay, you want to take, the government wants to start taking advantage of it. All right, we're going to label spirituality, and that's that. And you can tell yourself, but I don't want it to be a religion. You're still spiritual. It doesn't change who you are. You just associate with all the elements. So if you're going to be like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to follow this belief or this religion, I mean, fine. That's on you. I get it. I'm still kind of torn on where this is going to lead me. But if they're asking me to do it and all these other ones are competing, then why not fucking do it? Because animism is the belief in our elements, our soil. Instead of putting a person behind it. We got here because other galactic energy put us here. And now you have fake ass fucking people promoting it in the spotlight and on the news and, sitting right next to the fucking president. So they want to because the government can control how spirituality is going to go with Elon sitting there. And that's the truth. And that's got to go. And maybe that's why they want me to categorize it. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be pissed and mad at me, for doing that. But I don't give a fuck. I really don't. If you can believe in each element and you can believe in energy and this is how you're here and why you're here and your thought process and all this versus being a fucking robot, then that is your religion. Hate to say it, but that's the original religion. Yeah. Fifth dimension. A fifth element. You got the ethers. You can look at the fifth element in many different ways. But to me, it's just the ethers. And that's what spirit tells me, and that's it. And a lot of people can look at me like, oh, you let spirit or an entity take control of you. Hell no. I just have the intelligence that they want me to fucking spread. And apparently I have a good way of talking to the public or explaining myself or breaking it down in another way so people can shift their perception. So we're fighting here. This is a big ass fucking deal on the board. It really is. Let me shut that light off a minute so you can see better. And that didn't really work because I didn't have my overhead on. So that didn't benefit you. But you can always blow your phone up too. Renewal, shape-shifting, sacrifice. And it's even, I'm telling you, it's even hard for me to kind of be like, you really want me to do this? And again, yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, I already started it on dollars, but they actually want it to be their own channel, which would make sense because it's a religion. It's I still have to accept that. I kind of already accepted that, and I talked about it, I think last year, or the beginning of summer. Started talking about it a little bit more with you guys. I mean, I believe in all my gods. So for even me, animism, it really is about the elements in earth and the soil and the energy and the frequencies that we get without man-made electronics, without man-made energy. And that's more important and more valuable than man-made electricity, guys. That interferes with our frequency and therefore interferes with our thoughts and our everyday life. Our brain is the only thing that we have control of, but right now, a lot of people do not have control over their own brain. They may think they do. Oh, I manifested this. This is well, it was so easy, but it's like they're all matrix. It's not that, it's you're not as special as you fucking think you are for the ones in the matrix that fucking say shit like that. So Elon will go down. It's just somebody has to fight him. And he's got that power needs to be taken. But someone has to fight Elon. Somebody has to stand up and debate his fucking ass, because what he's about to teach the fucking global fucking people is wrong. He's leading them on a wrong path. So now we have our dark knights that are coming in too to also protect us. They're not dark to protect the dark energy that Elon's working with, and he feels like it's no big deal. It's just advanced, electronics, things like that. Like, it's cool. Like, look what we can do. But like, no. It's right now he's a fucking robot. There's already an entity attached to him telling him what to do because of the choice he fucking made. Somebody has to fight Elon here when it comes to him trying to project what woke even fucking means. Woke to him is ass fucking backwards, and then, we gotta go to college, and like, you guys sound like fucking retards. Seriously, you sound like a bunch of fucking retards. Spirit really wants to be loving and compassionate, I know, but I have that side of me where it's just like, sorry, not sorry. Seriously. Bunch of fucking morons. Think you got power. You don't got fucking power. Ultimately, the power falls into other hands, guys. Hate to tell ya. They can wipe us out in a fucking heartbeat if they wanted to. They have the power. The galactic, the skies, the waters, our earth, they have the power. We're here to live a happy life and to get in with our own fucking thoughts so we can heighten their vibration. That's why we're here. They don't want to heighten their vibration through electronics, guys. Hell no. We'd be all fucking robots, guys. We would be fucking robots. And that's the truth. And, it's just, people don't know who they're working with. His son has no genitals and will not talk to him. Yeah, well, yeah. It's not even about how he lives his fucking life. It's what he's projecting. Because now he thinks he holds power. So we have to be, we're fighting the government at the same time. But what people don't realize is we're really fighting Elon as well. Because he's the one slowly waking people up to energy. We've been talking about this for umpteenth fucking years. And then it takes fucking Elon coming into the fucking spotlight to misconstrue every fucking thing when it comes to energy. That's because he's got a dark entity attached to him because he chose wrong. And now we need somebody in the lighter dark or somebody that works in another dark energy, who knows, to debate him. Because we are going to turn into fucking robots within 20 fucking years if this shit doesn't get situated. He is fighting back in what sense? You think AI has control over him? Is that what you're saying? Where are your daughters? Michael, what's going on? I feel like I'm getting a strange vibe from you. Oh, his stories. His story? Yeah, I don't even care to even know his whole story. It just happened. Okay, I thought you were talking to me and asking where my daughters were, and I was just like, what the fuck is happening? You are talking about my daughters? Why are you asking where my daughters are? That just seems like a weird question to me right now in the midst of talking about all of this. You're confusing the fuck out of me right now, Michael. He lost a living one. Like one of his children died, or just meaning like they walked away because it's pulling me to like Angelina Jolie too, and the whole children thing, and letting them be who they are and what they want from a young age. And it's like that's the government, that's teachers, that's other people. Like you don't come into this world and decide you want to be transgender or fucking gay. You are who you are, but to put the they category up there is just, it's fucking wrong. Well, Spirit's saying no, but they're only saying no in the sense of cult like energy. To snag, we have to snag that energy before the government, because the government already snagged that energy and it's overpowering what's happening now. And that's, in that sense, you can be there, you can be whatever. I mean, we have so many species that we're teaching and guiding and raising, and so it's okay to have that they category, but don't look at it as a penis or a fucking vagina. It's just like you're just another species that's here on fucking Earth to help us. We got to stop looking at they as a vagina and a penis. If they can function and do everyday shit just like we can, then they can be whoever the fuck they want to be. But the problem is the penis and the vagina thing. How on earth, like, why on earth would anybody want to go to bed and then wake up the next day, or they, or think this, that, and then the next day it's like, oh, okay, today I'm gonna rock my penis instead. It's not, the only confusion in the brain there is education and the government. They gave you that category because they have control. They want control. So now, again, it's like debating fucking Elon and debating fucking they. at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck who you are. I just don't want you waking up thinking, oh, I feel more like a man today. And, you know, it's fuck that shit. At the end of the day, we all hold the same energy, masculine and feminine. It doesn't have to be confirmed. We need more fucking advocates out here. And you are a part of a fucking group when it comes to that. You are. But you're part of a group that needs to take over and use that energy that you were given and work with elements versus the government. Now that you have that position, take advantage of it. It's like coming down from another galaxy. Take advantage of it. You're now here, this generation that came in, okay? You're now here to stay. But you're also here to connect and take over and teach. And it sucks that we have groups of categories here, but I mean, this is what this fucking shit turned into. And if the government's going to project it and put it out there, then we need somebody else to stand up and debate it. The Democrats just wanted a whole new fucking group that they can control. Yeah, past lives when it comes to that too. And a lot of my past lives, I've actually been, two of my strongest past lives is a female pharaoh and good morning, and a male coming home from war but being taken down by a missile right before I got home, walking home, mind you. Fucking wild. And I was buried near the tree. And I remember all my family crying because they were running towards me. They just saw me. One was hanging laundry. And they really old, hundreds of centuries ago. And I remember that one fucking clear as day. And something with the Vietnam, I was definitely had something to do with some group in Asia. When I ask to see certain energies, who has my back, certain things, when I dream, they're so real. And I remember that one guy, and he was definitely Asian, staring at me, but he wasn't down with everybody else. Like Cleopatra, Persephone. I should really be working with water, to be honest with you. But my brain takes me to air. I'm just drawn to the galaxy versus the water, even though I know for a fact I have more power when I work with water. But I love history and sky gods, and, you know, from every single generation that we've had here, somebody ends up being legendary, just like this history. It happens within like every century, within every 100 years, they choose one person for that generation to become part of like the sky gods, things like that. It's what I'm hearing. And this is how we have history and knowledge. They were the first ones to connect with the sky. They knew it was important. If it didn't rain, the crops didn't grow. You know, so hi. I'm going to hit Duncan soon. Okay. Love you more. Love you. Kaden got a new TV for Christmas. It's huge. It's nice. I didn't think he'd be that excited over a TV, but he didn't have a smart TV. So like this is like wee for him, you know, like woo. Yeah, so they choose one every 100 year who was more beneficial, who who will still guide the right way and help others fight. It's like how they're protecting us. We become one of those people. It's history. You know how the government wants to shut down history? The fuck? Let's take Aunt Jemima off the shelf because she's, it's black, it's racist. Like, but it is racist on how they're having people think about it. Originally, it wasn't like a racial thing. There's a woman that made syrup, baked, a baker, Anywho. But again, like, taking away history is, those Democrats came in and looked at it. There's some things, like, I get it, but it's history. You can't take it down. You have to change how you're looking at it. It was built here out of stone and out of things, like, depending on what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still fucking history. The government is projecting it as racist, or they're putting like a religion behind it. Like, I get it. I do. That part of that generation just breaks my heart. It's like, I'd be like Harriet. Like, I'd be a Harriet. Yeah, it's just, but there's always something. Like, see how awful that was? You need to take that awful situation of slavery and look at what's happening today. We're their slaves. Whether you make a lot of money or you don't, whether you're in the spotlight or you're not, we're slaves to the government. That's all we are. But people don't want to look at it like that. Why the fuck not? It's the truth. You can take any generation or any historical timeline and look at it differently. More energy for the galaxy. Like, we're not supposed to waste our energy on shit like this. On racism, and we all are one. And then it's like, oh, you can't visit our land, our country. Like, it's just awful. We just got to get back to who we were and connect the right way and overpower man-made electronics. But we also need to connect with AI. He hasn't been chirping like he normally has. He's only been chirping on my shoulder this morning. And that also brings me back to the meditation that I keep meaning to bring up with you guys, that I have to start doing. I got to situate things. Because only in the U.S. does meditation and yoga, it fucks with your brain. And half the people that are teaching you don't even know what the fuck they're teaching. It's based off like their energy and societal viewpoints and things that have been written down when it comes to certain things. Like, no, hogwash. Man, hogwash. Isn't that Harry Potter? Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri.
Uh-huh.
What's the meaning of hogwash? Nonsense. Okay, I don't know why they had me say hogwash. That's strange. Isn't that word in Harry Potter though? It's like the Echo Dot, which is Alexa, that I won in the Yankee Swap. It should be called the Boston Swap. I don't know. People still want to call it the Yankee Swap. But I was like, all right, cool. It's because my phone hasn't, like, with certain stuff. So I was just like, okay. So I connected. And that's a lot of energy to bring downstairs, too. But it gives you 4 options to name it. And I went with Echo. Because it's the Echo Dot. I forget the other 4 names. Alexa was obviously the first one. It's still Alexa. I'm still trying to figure out that thing. But I figured that would be better. It would give better explanations when Siri just gives like 3 things for you to choose from. What was I saying? But yeah, like again, it's energy. But it's like you got to take control of your own energy. It's a beautiful read. Really connect to like who you are, your gifts. Like again, the Gemini in me, it's like almost like the gift of gab, and to be able to talk about stuff like this and share my beliefs. And half the stuff, sometimes I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying because it's channeling, or I can't remember the thing I said 5 minutes ago because, again, channeling and working with new energies. I love it. I can feel it. I can see it. So to me, I trust it because I know I'm guided to get to where I need to be. And obviously it's nerve-wracking starting anything new. Like, it's nerve-wracking that they want me to take spirituality and make it a religion. But the only way people are going to be able to see things differently is, I don't want to say religion. It's like, to me, it's not a religion. To spirit, it's not a religion. But because humanity is so fucked up right now and overpowered by the government and electronics and man-made electricity, they have to almost place it as a religion for people to fucking get the fuck out of their heads when it comes to something else. So for me, that's very uncomfortable too. In a sense, I believe it and I trust it. But breaking it down and being part of it is a whole nother fucking story. Like really? You want me to create a fucking religion? You want me to bring it back? Like, that's huge. But it is bringing it back with different thoughts and thoughts of history and the future and different things, and having people need to know what's going on. So if I put it out there like that and I explain my way, they'll come. I just heard like they will come, like that movie with the baseball thing. If you build it, they will come. But to me, it's like another cult. Remember, I always said to you guys, like, quartz cult. I don't know what's up with this cult thing, but like quartz cult. And I've been saying that the first year I started fucking YouTube, and then, like, I feel so bad I'm going to cause a YouTube war if I bring other readers into it. But I was brought here to watch other readers and watch how people fail, or how I wouldn't even say ascend, how, because it's money is power. And then they want to use their gift for it, but they're using it the wrong way. Because everybody has a belief, but I'm like, I don't have time to debate the twin. It has to be debated, but not really. It's my belief. That twin flame thing is where everybody gets stuck in their journey. Not everybody, the majority that get pushed to go in that route because someone woke you up versus yada yada. But don't think it was one way. You also activated something in them. And it could be the choices they decide to have in this lifetime. Do I want to continue to be this catalyst, or do I, and just play and fuck around, or do I really want to enjoy my life and be this person? I'm thankful for all my awakenings that way with people, because especially with Kundalini here, because it's a whole different activation. It's an experience. It's a blessing. We both agreed in a different lifetime to come in and do this. To me, no matter how it goes down, is a blessing. But people want to put names behind it, and that's where we get stuck. It doesn't need a name. It's a blessing. It's an activation. It's a feeling. For those who experienced it, will ascend. There's a lot of light workers, or pagan, however the fuck you want to say it, witches, and then, oh, you shouldn't use the word witch because it's offensive and blah blah blah, and now we do it this. No, fuck that. It's not offensive. They are witches. They were witch doctors. They were nurses. They were healers. They're not offended by the word witch. They're offended that you got offended by the word witch. Do you see where this world has gone to? They're witches. They're proud to be fucking witches. They don't need another fucking name because of the fucking government wanting to separate it and it being prejudice to call you a witch. Like, the fuck? How stupid is that? Fucking people. So I get why. It makes sense to me now why they want it to be like part of a religion. Because this is just fucking wild to me. There's so many fucking... See, this is the dark side. There's so many fucking retards out there. This is where this comes in. Like, all those fucking retards, not just in this fucking century, other fucking centuries. And I'm calling them fucking retards because they're fucking retards. They're, were they smart enough to outsmart you? Yeah. Yep, they were. Because you didn't want to use your own fucking mind, your own fucking thought. You didn't want to tune into something. However the fuck it went down, guys, I don't know. All I know is that Spirit's getting really fucking irritated on how this shit is playing out. Everything's connected in the way where it's at, but now it's going to take that one person, to fight this. I've always saw myself on like a podium debating people. I'm good at it. It's a gift. Quick-witted, on my toes. I could always have something to say. I don't really get stumped. It's a gift. And I have the gift to manipulate my words too. But that's when we choose to do that. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Because once you learn how to manipulate energy in a positive way, I'm not talking like manipulating another person, okay, or a connection that you have. That's stupid. That's just narcissism. It's like the whole ghosted and things like that. Like, we didn't need new fucking words. Grow the fuck up. I hate saying retard though, because don't they say like now I just got pulled to like somebody in like a wheelchair, so it's offensive to that because people are calling them retards, right? So maybe I shouldn't be using that word because it was categorized. I'm just gonna say morons, a bunch of fucking morons. I don't care how educated you are, you're a fucking moron. You have zero fucking values. And the values that you think you have is your ego. They're not grounded values. It's control that they want. So I have a lot on my plate that I'm gonna have to definitely like write down and make a schedule, because they're not gonna want me to stop the prophecies of your modern day Citrus either. And again, Dallas method is based on animism, is in the description, but I guess it's just time. It's like in order for people to really hear us, we have to categorize it, and categorizing the spirituality, it's not going to work. What's your belief? Spirituality. People don't know how to conceive spirituality. That's the problem. It's like, oh, look at the walk I took. It was so good, this and that. And, you know, I'm on this spiritual journey and this is just breathtaking and blah, blah, blah. Like, the fuck? Sit the fuck down, bitch. Gone. Deleted. Fucking retard. Okay, yeah, see, I don't, oh, hey Siri. Ooh, retard. What's the definition? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. What's the definition of a retard?
As a verb, retard means delay or hold back in terms of progress, development, or accomplishment. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
Yes.
Retard is an offensive term. As a noun, it means a person who has a mental disability, often used as a general term of abuse.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to use mine as a verb, not a noun. Okay? So I guess I can say retard. What do we got to break down? Fucking, the dictionary broke down 2 fucking retards. 1 verb, 1 fucking noun. So there's a lot of verbs walking around. A lot of stupid verbs. That dictionary's got to go too. Like, who has control over the fucking dictionary? Does anybody know that? Hey, Siri?
Uh-huh.
Who has control over what goes in a dictionary?
Okay, I found this.
Peanut butter stepped on it. Oh, I don't like that website. I don't even like that fucking... Who has say over what goes into the dictionary? Lexicographers or dictionary editors are responsible for deciding which words are added to the dictionary. Lexicographers? Like, what the fuck? They look for new words by reading books, publications, journals. I don't know. This category's gotta fucking go. Sorry, not sorry. Bye. We have this fucking one group that decides our fucking words. What the fuck is wrong with this world? Are you, like... I fucking can't. Wow. It's eye-opening, guys. It's fucking eye-opening. And I guess I just have to pull people's attention in through fucking religion, bringing back something they took away. Which is just nonsense. Fables. Some truth, not some truth. I mean, I can debate fucking Jesus all day with you too. You know, in all reality, that whole entire story is based off a fucking star. The galaxy, the universe. The story came from the sky with a planetarial shift. And there was a professor that knew, you know, something important or someone important would be born through that star because of history, stories, not even necessarily knowledge. It just was a person that was connected the right way to the right spirits. It started with astrology. It started with the fucking star guys. Like, I'll debate any fucking religion all fucking day. I don't want to be that person. And if I start this whole animism thing, because I feel like that's how I gotta fucking grab people right now, then I'll do what spirit wants in that sense. Is I'm not a fucking puppet. I'm so in tuned with other energies and the knowledge and it's just I'm capable of doing it. You know? So it's like a cult. And you can compare any religion to a fucking cult. But it's just a made up story that somebody follows and keeps adding to it because it's their fucking belief instead of taking everybody else's opinion. You know, you let this fucking group decide how this book is written. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking retards. This is the fucking issue, guys. Control over the population, how they want to, how they should live their lives because somebody wrote it in a book. The fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Earth came first. Earth was worshipped. Every element was worshipped. Why the fuck did somebody have to go and fuck that up and take that away from us? You know? So I got a lot of thinking to do. I still have to play catch up on videos of Pop Season Monday Citrus. It's just that current one I did talked about the plane too. What else was happening within 4 days? Fires. That's got to be coming soon. I mean, everything else that I thought was coming soon took a year or 2 weeks or 2 years. I think it was like a. Now that I think about it, it was a year later I grabbed the book, so all that shit came into fruition within 1 year. And there's still a couple things that are waiting to happen. So it took about a year to come in. Others were instant. That Donkey Beach has me laughing, though, because it's like something about donkeys, and we couldn't figure that one out because there was a place called Donkey Beach. But that's not what it was. It was little donkeys, and I forget where it was. But donkeys, people were saving donkeys. It sounds so funny. People were saving donkeys, you know, but like donkeys were like coming in from the river, you know, or the ocean. And so it cracked me up. And then on the news, like a week later, I was seeing stories of people saving donkeys. It was fucking great. That was the first one that came in super quick. Do you guys remember how long it took for that tsunami, though? I feel like that one came into fruition pretty quick, too. You never know, you know? And that's not what I wanted to do for a living either. Because you just don't know when it's going to happen. Like, I don't want to go centuries out like Notre Dame. It's like, I want to help here and now and help, you know, save. And it's hard because all those people in North Ireland, they're not just going to leave their fucking homes, guys. You know, it's their land. I can give them heads up just like, you know, Notre Dame did. But there's got to be a new Notre Dame too, because his story ends and another one's got to start. And I'm not trying to write that book. I'm trying to save fucking humanity here in the current energy, if that makes sense. Did you just shit on my cup? Now you're going to clean yourself on my cup? Is this fucking real life? You just pooped on my cup. I'm going to let you have that because it's dirty. You just pooped in there, buddy. No. He was so good at not pooping on my desk. I'm failing potty training you, and it's my own fault. But I'd really appreciate it if you shit in El Dorado, okay? Or we're going to give you little mini fucking litter boxes for you to shit in, okay? That's what we're going to do. How's that sound? Because you did potty. And you know that. Potty in El Dorado. If you potty in El Dorado, I will give you a treat. Okay? But you got to potty in El Dorado. Okay? Say, okay. Okay, Ma. He's so cute. He's just the cutest little starling growing into a toddler. I just love him. But he has a bad habit of shitting on my shoulders lately, and I'm not kosher with that. So I literally need a routine, especially before surgery, because I can still lay in bed with surgery and be on certain channels, you know? So I'm not looking forward to surgery. It's coming quick. And it's like the hysterectomy. Oh my lord. Hysterectomy. Wow. My tongue only wants to do certain frequencies. Hysterectomy. And that doesn't even sound like me. It was like, oh, that opportunity to like create and do it did give me some time, but so didn't this car accident. A whole fucking year off of work, guys. I'd go back to work if I could. Just can't do it. Not that job. I'm on my own. Too many risk factors. But I look at it as, well, they look at it as a blessing in disguise, I should say. Because I'm really not supposed to work a normal job. This is where they want me. It is what it is. Just got like a heart palpitation, but it felt like it was going into my chest. Standing in the spotlight, all those beautiful women, she's looking at me. I don't know who sings that. Is that Bruno Mars? I don't know. At the end of the day here, celebrate your life, what you already have. Pay attention to comfort. How are you comforting yourself? Tangible things or intangible. It's our own thoughts. You are aligning to a new energy. It is like an anxious energy. Like I feel like I tapped into the dark nights, but I feel like I didn't. I tapped into other energy with using all these different cards. I still thought it was going to boil down to working with the dark nights, the night riders, whatever you want to call them. Dark angels. People look at dark angels as a bad thing. Fuck that. They can rock and fucking chill with me all fucking day. All fucking day. Come on down. You got my back? You want to teach me certain ways? If I'm here to help humanity, all is welcome. And that's the truth. And if I have to start a fucking cult, it looks like I'm going to start a fucking cult. Because to me, it needs to turn into a cult. But like a good cult, like an overpowering cult. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But I've been saying this for 5 years with you guys on fucking YouTube? Quartz cult. Come on. Everybody tune in. Quartz cult. Let's go. And we used to joke about it. But I feel like it's true. It's like starting my own cult. People don't want to look at religion as a cult, but it is a cult. It's like the leader of a group. Hey, Siri. Definition of a cult.
Cult means a system of religious veneration and devotion directed toward a particular figure or object.
Thank you.
No problem.
So it's like we call it, religion, or I'm Catholic, or I'm this, or I'm no religion, or, people who are non-religious, they got their own fucking category, you know what I mean? And they're all cults, but they want to say it's religion. No, guys, it's a fucking cult. So I feel like I'm going to start my own cult, and it's time for that cult to attack other fucking cults. and wake the fuck up. I don't think it's going to go down like that, but I don't want Quartz Cult. I knew you were just going to shit there. I don't want Quartz Cult fighting, other people. I want you to fight for what you believe in, and all these different religions and things coming into play only separates us. It separates us from the earth. So it looks like we're starting a cult, guys. How do you all feel about that? Welcome to Quartz Cult that I never wanted to happen. I promise you won't be drinking any Kool-Aid. I can't believe they want me to bring this religion back. But I get it. I get it. You got to connect, right? And over years of time, bringing back the original thankfulness and gratitude for what they were given to survive. Everything else that came after that turned into, I keep hearing fables. And I'm sorry for those who have a religion and being spiritual. My Nana was Catholic, but she was still into the whole me, and it was cool that I did what I did, and it, but in the Bible it says, you shouldn't try to figure out what that is, but she still did, and she went to church fucking many times a week and Sunday faithfully. Amazing woman. Remember when I did the rituals in the beginning? That was fun. Within the last couple months, you mean? Because that came out as a seance, which is really a ritual, but other people want to call it a seance. But everything it is that you're channeling, it is like a seance. But people want to call it a ritual because seance seems scary. Years ago? No, I don't remember. I don't remember, Heather. Maybe you can find one of those videos and post it under here. I have been noticing my videos coming up from the last 5 years, 6 years. No, years ago. Moon. What do you mean moon? Rituals with the moon? I did rituals with the moon. See, I don't remember that stuff. I mean, you guys have seen me grow like you wouldn't believe. And everyone thought it was so fake in the beginning with my accent. But I didn't try to even do that. It's the energy. And when my accent gets really fucking thick, I know something new is starting. And I watch the videos and I hear my voice and never once, swear to God, swear on the fucking kids, strike them dead if I'm lying. That's how much I'm telling you. I didn't try to have an accent or make it thicker. I swear to you, I didn't. It is what it is. I talk how I talk. And a lot of it has to do with being partially deaf in my fucking ear, believe it or not. And why I can't pronounce certain things and when my tongue doesn't want to work. That plays a big part of my accent. But when it gets thick like that, because I go back and watch, I'm like, oh my God. But it's not once did I question it. And all my friends were like, yeah, Court, your voice. They were laughing really thick. And it's I don't know. I think it gets like that because of my nerves, to be honest with you. I've never played fake. I've never tried to change my accent. Fucking stupid. I'm not a fucking retard. I'm not a verb, guys. I'm probably a little bit of a noun, to be quite honest with you. Borderline artistic. But those borderline autism benefits humanity. because we're in between. I'll fly on that fucking magic carpet. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. This is my world in the sense of my thoughts and what I want to create and what I believe in. Bring it. Oh, you're so, like, guys, my parents tried to fix me my whole life. I didn't need to be fixed. I've never lived in the fucking Matrix. I've never played in the fucking Matrix. I never thought to play in the fucking Matrix. Ever. Not once. They brought me to doctor, and you know, learning disabilities and this and that. And I could always give the teachers the answer, but I didn't do it my way. I did it my way. I didn't do it their way. Every time they report card, Courtney's really chatty. Fuck you. Courtney, you gotta pay attention in school. It's, you know what I mean? It's conditioning. Like, they went to Catholic schools, like, real strict, and I was just like collecting fucking bugs and didn't really give a fuck. And that's who I was, and it's who I am. And that's probably why I can sit here and feel so strongly about my fucking belief and my thoughts. And I'm only doing this as a favor for the universe. I have to be brave enough to do this. Do you think that's not going to be intense? You think I'm not questioning what I'm doing? But I have enough trust in the universe and what comes out of my mouth and how I put it together to do this. And it is what it is. 30-30. We create what our life should be. I say, Caden, even the work he wants to go into, it still blows my mind. Underwater welder and just, you know, it's wild to me. And my dad's like, oh, he's got to learn welding. He's got to do that. It's a lot of work. But if he wanted to be a doctor, it'd be a different story, right? But it's both a lot of work. But it's almost like talking Caden out of it, because in 20 years, his body would be fucking broken. And then what does he do? You know, but if that's what he wants to do, let him do that. Maybe he was meant to do that, and he won't have a broken fucking body. And he will be happy doing what he does. You know, I always had a dream he was going to be the president, maybe president of something. I don't know. I'll never forget the dream, but I was in a church when I was told he was the president, and the dream was very fucking clear. Maybe he'll take over a business for me or something. I don't fucking know, guys. It's just, it was such a real dream where it's almost like it has to come into fruition. Maybe a different lifetime. You know, I don't know. But I'm also told that I work with Persephone really well, and I've had a past life as Persephone. We live. Like, and Cleopatra. And Nefertiti. So I work with very strong leadership that encourages me to express how I feel. Just like everybody else who's in the spotlight. I'm like, what do I do over here? What do I call the channel? Quartz Cult? Jesus. Welcome to Quartz Cult. Let's overpower human senses. Let's overpower. It's time. And it's not overpowering so we have control. It's a way of life. And the word spirituality just isn't fucking cutting it anymore. It's being chopped into fucking little pieces. And the only way to preserve it, I think the right way, is to bring back the right spirituality, what it actually is. there's too many categories of spirituality, and it's fucking up. That's like having too many different categories in the Bible when it comes to one God. Like, no, it's, you know what I'm saying? So spirituality is labeled, but it's broken down into different categories. That's not spirituality. Spirituality is one category, and it has to do with all four fucking elements and what was given to us from the beginning of fucking time, and cherishing that, because that's what provides for us. If you want to live in this world and just live life, and fine, but like, I don't know, I'm comfortable with who I am and how my kids live their life. Or, you know, Lonnie's been home, she works now, but she was home for a couple years, and Ben makes really good money, so it wasn't like a big thing, but she still wants to be like independent, and she was waiting for like certain things, and she nailed the best job that she really fucking wanted. Like, she should just be in that field. You know, but my parents would be like, she's got to get a job, or you got to go to college. Right? You know, it's conditioning. It's what they think is right. I know my parents worry about me and my future, but there's no need to. It's my future. You can guide me, but you're guiding me to do things your way, because you think that's the right way. So God forbid I thought about it differently. I don't need help because I think differently. That's almost prejudice. You know? I think the way I think is fucking brilliant, because it's my life, and my kids watch my life, and, you know, generations watch my life and how I lived it. Nothing wrong with how I just lived my fucking life, or how I live my life. You know? People will be like, oh, you still live with your parents and this and that. Like, yeah, and an in-law. Guess what? I still pay rent. I still pay bills. I wasn't put here. I got put here because I got put in a situation where my own stubborn ass couldn't find a place to fucking live in that same fucking town. So this was supposed to be very temporary. And there was nothing for rent. Nothing. So I went back and forth with the kids in this one town to the other until they found out, because my intention was not to stay in this town. But when I began this journey, I also lost contact with, like, my mom and dad, pushed them away. I was in my own little world, you know. They just thought, you know, they wanted to help me, but I don't think like the Matrix. Like, I just needed to focus on me and what was happening to me. And, you know, if I didn't be put in that situation because of them selling that building, you know, I had to they wanted me out in 30 days because it was on my lease. So I had to take them to court. They gave me 90 days. And I still couldn't find a fucking place. And I thought for sure it'd be temporary. And now it's, you know, how 4 or 5 years later. But like, I reconnect, like my parents love that I'm here. And then, you know, she got cancer. I'm here to help her there. I'm like the caregiver. You know, it's just, everything goes the way it's supposed to go. And other people will be like, oh my God, you still live with your parents and this and that. Like, what? That's societal viewpoints. Do I have to really be in my own place? What's wrong with staying here and taking care of my parents that took care of me their whole life? I just don't understand why people think so fucking ass backwards. Or the people are like, oh, now they're 18, go live their own life. You know, I'm not responsible for them anymore. Like, what the fuck? Then you've never connected to your child. My kids have stayed with me the whole life. They will. And I don't fucking mind. It's actually what I want. I'm thinking about that, buying just a lot of land so everybody can build on it. You know, it's important to me. Just like tribes back in the day, you know, whole village to raise a baby. What a beautiful thing. You know, it really is. And we only get together for holidays. Why not all, you know, live in the same fucking neighborhood and really, you know, I'd love just enough land and maybe 2 duplexes that are huge and they each have a side. And it's like a house, and then we have all this land, and then I have a house, you know, things like that. And then they can choose what to do with the property when I'm gone, you know. But this day and age, I have to take care of my children. This is the wandering generation. We agreed to take care of them. So if you don't want to take care of them, you know, you go be that little puppet with other people, because the government set this generation up to fail. And that sucks. I know I'm going to end up having to take care of my children in a way. So my way of doing that is building what we already have and live your life and enjoy it. We can't push our kids away. A lot of parents like 18, blah, 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 you know, or you live with your mother. Like, grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. In this generation, I have 4. So we do have to worry about this security. If you think you don't, you're fucking wrong. You're wrong. Because they're meant to be around us more than you think, because this is the wandering generation, guys. We have to guide them in a whole different way for things to shift. It's not just the government, okay? It's mama bear, dada bear, things like that. And that's the truth. This generation, they don't have a chance. I mean, they can go off to college and get their degrees and do what they want, but like that's nothing. That's not a life. It's just not. Not for this generation. It's the lost generation. And when they have children, it's up to us elders to help guide those children. You know, we can't have AI and mechanics and, you know, man-made electricity take over this vibration. We'll be fucked. It can't do it. So it makes sense bringing back that religion. I really have to sit with that. It's a lot for me to absorb. But it is my belief in how I feel and how I teach and how I guide and how I learn. So why not be part of it? Why not bring it back? You know, sometimes people will say like, well, what do you want out of this or this and that? And it's like, I want millions of viewers, millions, because that's what it takes to change humanity. It has nothing to do with like, oh my God, I got 1 million subscribers. Thank you so much. You know, like, no. Nope. And it's like, it's almost like a virtual fucking religion. Unless I go places and have speeches and self-motivate down the road. Who knows where it would take me? You know what I'm saying? And that would make sense why I always felt the vibe of other countries really being bigger supporters than the United States of America. I really think like some type of homeland somewhere else is really who I'm going to connect to other countries, which would make sense because, you know, think about their beliefs and what they have. And maybe it takes me, a person raised in a completely different culture and land and nature and earth, you know, a part of the other side of the fucking world, you know? Maybe they feel stuck with certain things and, you know, their choices are like 3 different religions, you know, stuff like that, and breaking it down to one religion and just believing in what was given to us will bring us back to earth, will bring us back to who you are, how you want to live your life, how you want to perceive things. I don't even want to look at it as a religion, and I think that's why they call it like it's funny, like it's cult, because religion is a cult, and I've been saying that forever. It's one of those things I didn't want to do. Everything I didn't want to do, psychically, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, are the things that I'm really fucking good at. But they're intimidating. But how else is humanity gonna get the message if I just keep it to myself? It's like clickbait, but using it in a good way to get my message out, to take on a new religion, to bring back on a new religion. You don't think I'm going to be fighting a lot of fucking people out there for what I do next if I decide to do that? Are you kidding me? All these religions are just going to be like, the fuck? Because I'm taking away your perception and I'm giving you a new perspective. They're not going to like that. They're going to want to take it down, tell me it's not okay. But if we grow enough fucking people, too bad, so sad, motherfuckers. I don't live my life on a fable. Well, I kind of do, but it's my own fable. All right, y'all. I'll be back face to face at some point. I really gotta pick up, clean up Christmas stuff everywhere. I don't even know how I slept last night. I don't like sleeping in messy areas. I've been prepping for months for this surgery, so I think I'm pretty good there, but I gotta do a few more things, and a few weeks is gonna go by quick, and I gotta situate what I'm gonna do with this connection, and then I still have to do videos of, I still have to do recaps, I think, for 2 videos. If I can get this generation to worship the galaxy, the earth, the water, every element, their fire will come back through passion and creativity. That's how we rise vibration, because we feel good about ourselves. And this generation needs it because the next generation is ruling our country. And that is so crucial right now. Not everybody's going to choose to go to other planets either in the future. We're still going to have people here. This planet is important. I'm not going to lie, I'd step on that spaceship if all my children came. Hands down, there's no question I would. And that eventually is going to be a topic, because that is going to happen. Motherships are going to fucking eventually land and ask you if you want to go to other fucking places. That's the only way they're going to be able to clean up this fucking world, because it's so fucking corrupt right now. Earth is so fucking corrupt. Extraterrestrial energy has to step in. So if you get in tune with who you are and really connect to your fucking roots and make time to connect to your roots, we can change humanity. And I'm sitting on a fucking gold mine, not to mention Dala's method that is going to launch too, and that's a whole different thing. I was just meant to launch different things, guys. It is what it is. It is a blessing. It is a lot to take on. but it has to be started for other generations to continue it. The government is not going to be happy with my new approach when it comes to connecting. They're going to be very upset with me. They're leaving out certain, like, you can't even get to like a 400 hertz. They block it out because they know there's certain vibrational numbers that is where we really vibe, and they skip it. And I do think listening to what do they call it? I can't even think. What do they call it? Listening to binaural beats. I do think it's good, but I will tell you, AI cut out certain notes. And we need AI to put those notes back in. Get what I'm saying? We have to connect to AI. We have to connect to Earth. We have to connect to this machine. It is part of Earth now. It has to be incorporated, and it has to be incorporated the right way, because the people that have their hands on it now are blocking what we need. They're not fucking stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. They can't be in charge of AI. It's too powerful. The galaxy has to be in charge of AI. They have to be equal. It's now a vibration on Earth. Another reason why I incorporated AI in prophecies, for me to put it all together and use all this knowledge when it comes to different things. We have no choice to connect with AI. Unconditional love. So we have to connect with AI. That's why I said you have to connect with your phone. Be polite. Use Siri's. Use, you know what I mean? Like, phones have more capability than you'd ever know it. And not to mention how it can ruin the human body as well. You know, you can literally ask your phone, like, and talk to Siri's, please protect me from, powerful energies. Just like you would talk to spirit. AI is part of nature now. It's part of Mother Earth. It's here. It's not going anywhere. It's already under the control of the wrong people. And this is why we're sitting in a major part of this life right now. And somewhere down the line, I disconnected with the kids in the sense of thoughts. Because Mia would say something. It's like, oh, you don't know how teenagers are. The fuck I do. She's like, no, you don't. You don't know this generation. I'm like, yes, I do. But again, I don't share this side of me with the kids when it comes to something, because that's a whole sit down conversation. That's a whole nother story. But my kids seriously think I'm naive to what's happening in the world. It's crazy to me. But that's because they're the wandering group. The only way to reach it is through power and insight and a shift of perception. They have to shift it, because what they perceive is what they project. Without using their perception. It's like another beat that's skipped, another music note that's skipped. And I see it right in front of my own eyes. And people are going to be like, how do you create a religion that you don't, and compare it to so many other religions? I'm not comparing jack shit. I'm not telling you, I'm not going to shit on other fucking religions. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to just help humanity connect to Mother Earth again so they can live their life. Once they learn how to vibe with universal energy, it will change your entire fucking life. I love you guys. I'll be back. Yeah, we have to reach this generation because they're the ones raising the children. That generation is the generation that is literally going to come in and change the world. And that's the truth. I love you guys. I'll see you when I see you. Tomorrow morning, I'm never far away. I'm always here. But I do got to situate things and get things in order. So I will see you when I see you. I feel like if I skip a day, I can't skip a day. I'm hearing like the power is here. What did He-Man used to say? Or She-Ra? What did they used to say? I got the power? No. The power is within you. Is that what He-Man used to say? Hey, Siri? Who said the power is within you?
Okay, I found this on the web for who said the power is within you. Check.
Oh man, I hit something. Who says the power is within you? No, I need a cartoon. We have the ability to create our own realities and mold our own lives whichever manner we want. That's the truth. We have the power within us. But I liked that picture. I screenshotted it. What did He-Man always say? By the power of Grayskull, I have the power. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia, defender of secrets of the castle of Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. This war cry was a transition for him into He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, and his pet Trigger, or Trigger. Grayskull. The castle. Fictional. I'm just trying to find out if it was based on anything. Was He-Man based on anything biblical with the Grayskull Castle? A model for Christian living. You gotta be fucking kidding me. See the things? This is eye-opening, guys. This is things like we never knew, but it's like almost like slipping subliminal messages in cartoons. The elders concentrated their powers into the magical orb, which I like that part. Magical transformed the Hall of Wisdom into the Grayskull Castle in order to frighten away intruders and protect the orb. This was to have all taken several centuries before he became He-Man. So, again, the cartoon was based off of Christianity and how Christian lives, a model of Christian living. When do the Christians ever magically fucking transform or protect fucking orbs? Like, that's not even in their Bible. Well, it must be in their Bible. I don't know what the fucking orb is. But that's a message for everyone. Because that's what I got pulled to wrap it up. We have the power within us. It's time to change. It's time for life to shift. I love you guys. We'll see you shortly. Bye.